Is your Nintendo light blinking? Are you having problems getting your games to play? Tired of cleaning your system over and over? Then stay tuned. I'm going to show you the best way to fix this issue. Okay, so you tried everything. You've blurred the game inside the Nintendo, you've wiggled it, you've smacked the console, used cleaners, etc., and still get the blinking light of death? Then it's time to disable the NES10 security lockout chip. And today I'm going to show you how. The things you will need though is a precision Phillips head screwdriver so that it can fit down inside the tiny holes. Then you're going to need to get a picking tool, and you can pick up a 4-pack of these at your local Harbor Freight store for like $2. Not necessarily to have, but a parts magnet tray is always great to have when you're working with little screws inside of a system like this. Okay, let's get started. We're going to take the system, turn it upside down, and you're going to notice 6 holes for your screws. You're going to need to take your precision bit screwdriver, put it in your hole, and start to remove the screws. Now that you have all 6 screws removed from the bottom, you can take your top cover off and stick it to the side. And you can see inside, you're going to need to remove the screws that go around this whole plate, as you can see. Now for this process, instead of using the precision screwdriver, I'm just going to use a regular Phillips head to make it go a little faster. Alright, so now that you have all those screws removed, you can now remove this plate, the heat shield, stick it to the side. Now, we're going to need to remove the cartridge holder. You can see the screws in these corners right here. Let's go ahead and do that real fast. Okay, now that you have all your screws out of your cartridge holder, you need to press it so that it's up position and slide it forward gently, and it'll pop right on out. Now you can see the screws that hold the motherboard down, and notice in taking apart the process, some of those screws is what helped hold it down as it stacked its layers. But we're going to go ahead and remove the ones right here and right here. Alright, so your motherboard is now loose. Let's turn it over. You can see on the back side what's going on here. See this little shield? I'm just going to gently move it out of the way. Now you can see your motherboard. So for the next step, it's very important you get the right chip when you're about to disassemble. You're going to come down. You see where your cartridge holder area was. Alright? You see this big one here, this one, this one. You're going to go to this one. Right here. The one on the bottom far right. On mine is an original. It says 3193A 1985 Nintendo 9209A. This is the chip that's probably causing you a lot of headaches with your Nintendo system. So, let me show you a little closer. This chip right here. Now, on the bottom, counting from this way, I want you to go 1, 2, 3, 4. The one that's the fourth one is the one that you're going to want to use your pick tool and pick it out. And on mine, I've already done it, but it's pretty self-explanatory. You need to be careful to only disable this one prong, number 4, from the bottom. And you're just going to stick your pick tool in there and kind of pry it up on both sides until it finally comes up, and then you can either use a pair of needle nose and break it off, or you can just use the pick like I did and just push it back and forth, and it'll eventually break from the solder joint. And that's how you disable the NES10 lockout chip. So now that we've disabled our lockout chip, the fun part begins. Now we get to put it all back together. Let's start by putting this heat shield back in its place. Alright, so once those two corner screws that we took out are in place, we can now come to this. Remember, in the popped up position to get it in. That's where it goes. Now we can take our screws and put them in the corners of the cartridge holder. A little quick tip so you don't drop screws all in the Nintendo is to just go ahead and put some in the holes and go around and tighten them up. Alright, now we get to put the heat shield back on. And screw that back in place. Alright, so now that your heat shield's all in place, now take your top cover, stick it on top, and then you're going to put the 6 screws back in the 6 holes. Alright guys, there you have it. That's how you disable the NES10 lockout chip on your Nintendo. Now, go play some games and have fun. And as always guys, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel if you found this video useful. I do all kinds of videos on my channel. Check out my other episodes called Max Finds, where I go to yard sales, auction houses, and thrift stores and find cool collectibles and show them to you. Thanks guys.